So today we'll talk about Berty protocol, which is the protocol behind, after Berty. We made multiple presentations about the Berty Messenger application. And today we'll talk about the protocol, so the part that no one actually knows any details. So I'm Manfred, I'm the founder of Berty in the peer-to-peer IPFS Lipid2P ecosystem, and a core team member of a blockchain named Gnoland. Bit of context about Berty Messenger. So Berty Messenger is a mobile-first application, which means we want to make peer-to-peer on mobile, which is clearly not something easy, even in 2022. With a privacy focus, which means that we don't want to leak unnecessary metadata, which is also another challenge in the Lipid2P ecosystem and IPFS ecosystem. It is local first, so you can run Berty network even in the desert or in a very isolated region of the world. And the goal is to make something that can work in good condition when you are in a good country with no censorship, but also something that will resist and allow you to make extreme communications in extreme cases. The Berty protocol is the part of Berty Messenger that manages basically everything related to peer-to-peer, encryption, everything. And we try to define where it should be compared in a Web 2 to Web 3 matrix. So if you consider blockchain to be the equivalent of Visa or something too much central, IPFS more like a competitor of Amazon S3. We are more a competitor of Amazon SQS. So for everything related to queues and history of queues. The SDK and the peer-to-peer, the SDK, is directly used by the Berty Messenger. So on mobile, you have one application running a full IPFS node. And we have some kind of application-oriented rules for everything related to messaging, to Messenger, sending messages and attachment, etc. But the protocol is something more agnostic that you can use to basically send messages or metadata or binary stuff between nodes. And always, we are doing it in a way to allow to remove more and more servers from your decentralized applications. So if you rely on the blockchain and IPFS for a big part and still have some servers for the real-time part of your application, Berty protocol could help you to go from Web 2.5 to Web 3. The main concept of Berty protocol is about the group. So where we are able to make pub/sub or peer-to-peer communication, we are content-oriented and topic-oriented. So you can follow a topic and receive message from any peers, and actually you don't care about who is the peer. We make everything to make unchecks with contacts and groups, and then you will just follow topics and participate in the topic. And you are using RBDB for the CRDT part, for the local first part, and to allow people to have no consensus but still have real-time application, and to make everything working in the same way as soon as you have all the same data. So here's probably the most important part. I think Berty protocol could be something very useful for you if you want to make real-time application, but not just a pub/sub application, because you can use IPFS pub/sub, or not just something mostly write first and with a different amount of people reading the data, like with RBDB by default. But if you want to have something more private, more content-oriented and topic-oriented, you will have by default the identity and ACLs, so that everyone in the group can, in a trustless mode, participate in the communication with full privacy of the communication and offline communication first, because RBDB is pretty good to support network splits. But if you are on the mobile ecosystem, you want to have additional network configurations like Bluetooth first networks. So we address the mobile ecosystem with different kind of networks. We address the device management, so you can add a contact, and then the contact will be able to add new devices. So another challenge of the peer-to-peer and privacy in a very asynchronous world. Actually, you can add a contact in a place, you can split your network, add new devices, add new contacts, and everyone will be able to follow the same topics, even if you weren't in the middle to introduce the other devices. It's mobile friendly, which is very difficult both in terms of UX, performances, and constraints. We have kind of identities so that you can have a dedicated topic for yourself between all your devices, dedicated topic for each contact you added in a safe way, and dedicated topic dedicated topic for each groups that will actually that won't be device-oriented but contact-oriented with many devices. So even a one-one communication is always a multi-device communication. We consider that we have some kind of async mesh network because you can have the maybe synchronous mesh network with BLE if you have good conditions, but you will mostly have asynchronous mesh network if you receive a message from someone else and distribute it to another peer, especially with Bluetooth. And we have many optimization in the app lifecycle because actually IPFS runs very well on big servers with big bandwidth, etc. But on mobile, where your application is going foreground, background, low CPU, etc., running IPFS is a nightmare. In terms of applications, so the only one that was known today was Berty Messenger on mobile. We have someone on the Discord that made an application, VoteID. We have a blockchain which wants to create a universal interface for Web3, so you have one node and you can access your wallet, your content, your message, etc. So something very community-centric that wants to rely on the Berty protocol. And we have the French army, which is working on extreme communication experiments because they want to explore what can be done in standard internet or very, very local internet. Today, the Berty protocol is still in the big monolith. So like IPFS was embedding LP2P for many years, and then it was splitted out. We are doing the same. So today we have a big monolith, and we are extracting the protocol so it can be used by anyone for any applications. And today it's not ready, but we are looking for people that want to experiment and give a try, so we can make the SDK, the API contract, etc., having some sense for the end builders. To make it more clear, we decided to change the name too, because Berty protocol can look like a protocol just for messenger applications. Actually, we will rename it Wesh Network, so like mesh network with a reverse M, to actually show you that you can build other applications and not only messengers. We also have other libraries that we developed for 4 years. We developed for Berty Messenger Go Mobile IPFS in the IPFS shipyard organization on GitHub, which allows you to embed a full IPFS node on mobile. We developed Go OrbitDB, so this is the Go port of OrbitDB that will be explained just after. And we developed multiple Bluetooth-oriented drivers in LP2P. So MP connectivity, which is basically AirDrop with Bluetooth discovery and then local Wi-Fi. Android Nearby, which is the equivalent on Android. And a very slow but universal driver that actually could work on any kind of hardware or system. And that's all for today. If you have questions or if you want to speak with the Berty team, we are looking for feedback to know what will be the needs of people that want to have real-time part on their application without any servers involved.